Veterans gathered today to remember the part played in the Second World War by a Royal Naval aerodrome in Lancashire. A ceremony was held to dedicate a memorial to all those who worked at HMS Ringtail at Burscough. Jonathan Seal reports.
Returning to remember colleagues and friends, the veterans who were stationed at HMS Ringtail 60 years ago can still recognise some of the original buildings at Burscough. It was built in 1943 to help train air squadrons who were then deployed to aircraft carriers on the Mersey. For many, it was the last piece of home ground before being sent to fight in the Atlantic and Pacific. Some were only there for a few weeks, but plenty of memories remain.
A lot of the men went off on carriers, they went out to sea. Sadly, a number of them were killed, but fortunately, some of them came back.
I fell in love with the Wren, Paul Porter, that was duty girl at that time. And I then disappeared after 3 weeks, and blow me if my best friend didn't take off and marry her. And he and his wife went off to New Zealand, where they produced 13 children.
It's hoped the new memorial will serve as a permanent reminder of the people who lived and worked at HMS Ringtail during the war.
It was the biggest gathering of naval veterans in Burscough since the Second World War, with over 200 people travelling from all over the country to reunite at the village's British Legion Club, and it was all thanks to local historian Lawrence Critchley.
Ringtail was operational between 1943 and 1946. It was a Royal Naval Fleet Air Arms station. My involvement really was I'm interested in local history, and history has not been recognised, which I thought this wasn't. In particular, it was a training station for aircraft on and off the aircraft carriers out in the Mersey. Overnight, like, the village population was increased by thousands, you know. So it did have a big impact on the village, and that's what I found out through this. It means a lot.
HMS Ringtail was to host over 40 squadrons and almost every type of aircraft used by the Allies. And William Harris from Burscough remembers guiding the first of the planes into the new runway.
I was asked, can you make a bonfire? I said, yeah. You want some rubbish burning? No, you want to guide the plane. He wants the smoke signal because the electric lights weren't working. And I gathered some hay, straw, green grass and some oil. I lit the bonfire and a cloud of smoke guided the plane to the end of the runway, and it landed perfectly. But everybody was saying, you know, what are you doing? What are you doing that for? And then when the crew got out, thank you very much.
Villagers and veterans marched side by side to the site of the former airfield, where a service was held to dedicate a new memorial to all those who served at HMS Ringtail.
They shall crew not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, though the years condemn. And at the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
My name is Lawrence, Henry John Michael Lawrence, a Lieutenant Commander, and my aeroplanes were mainly Barracudas. This is the first time I've been back here since 1944, which is a bit different. I've met an awful lot of friends that I didn't think that I would meet, old friends I mean. Yeah.
My name's Gale, Vic Gale. I live in Surrey. I came up here quite on chance. I heard about the event and thought I'd give it a go because I was at Ringtail for about 10 months, right at the very end of the war and into 1946. It was a lot of missing huts. Nostalgic, although, you know, it's 60 years ago, and I'm glad I came.
My name is Melita Sefton. Well, I was an aircraft direction wren, formerly known as a radio telephonist. I think it's been wonderful today. I really do a wonderful memorial. Lord Critchley, who researched it all, brought it all to life again.
Flabbergasted, really. I mean, it's a lot of work, but as I said to one or two of the veterans, I mean, compared to what you people did for us in the Second World War, this is nothing. So it's been a great pleasure. It'll be a focal point for veterans now and their relatives who come to look around the aerodrome, and local people as an interpretive value. You know, that's very important.